Reset TV, what's happening is gravitating away. Listen, man, hopefully y'all been up on game on this entire DL Hughley versus Shannon Sharpe, by way of Vlad TV, pulling the strings. I'm not surprised that DL still, after several months, is going after Shannon Sharpe. If y'all don't recall, this started with the whole Monique going on Club Shay Shay, speaking her mind in her piece. And ever since that Cat Williams interview from January, Shannon was the talk of town. It's faded somewhat, I would say, but Shannon Sharpe was the talk of social media, podcasters, however you want to see that. And, for whatever reason, DL Hughley goes on recently on Vlad TV and basically says Shannon's Club Shay Shay is predatory and messy. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black, right? Because DL the bootlicker says this while on Vlad TV, but he says a couple more things, and gosh darn it, as they would say, right? Like, dang, yo, I would love to play the video, so I play the audio instead.
Okay, let's switch gears. Now, you said you would never go on Club Shay Shay.
No.
Okay. And you said something interesting. You said that Shannon Sharpe's interview with Cat Williams was predatory and messy, and it doesn't feel there's a fair example of relationships among black comedians.
I don't think so at all. I think that like any other endeavor, there are jealousies, idiosyncrasies, that's all. But I don't think that's indicative of the experiences that most of us have. And I think that after the Cat Williams interview, which was a phenomenon, he kept trying to replicate it.
Oh, I bring another black
Shannon kept trying to replicate it. He kept trying to let me bring on somebody else to have a beef and then do, like, it just got to be, like, I can understand it was a phenomenon, but then all of a sudden you tried to replicate it. So to me, just like you love what you do, he love what he does. Mm-hmm. For me, as a matter of principle, it is too messy. Or now I think it's morphed into something else, because I think that has kind of, that brook has run dry. With the way Skip did him, made me and a lot of black people go, fuck this, we're gonna make sure this brother's okay. But then you take that, and the very people that got there first, I think were damaged by the first iteration of what went on. And it's, for me, I would never do it.
I mean, were you actually asked to come on Club Shay Shay?
Yes, I was gonna do it like a long time ago. Honestly, before that happened, I had been slated to do it a couple of different times. I just didn't. But it has become something to me. I mean, I'm glad he's making his money. I'm glad it's doing what he's doing. I'm not jealous or hateful. It's just something you don't need me to do it. You got all. It's just a personal thing I wouldn't do. I'm not gonna do it.
We have a relationship.
I don't gotta fuck with it. If I don't want to fuck with you, and you don't need me anyway.
Yeah.
Ever.
The thing that I don't like about Shannon Sharpe after that interview is that he started putting out this information that he made more money off this interview than he ever made in any year playing football. And he made something like $2 million playing football. And I remember when I questioned it, because I know YouTube. I've known YouTube for 16 years, right? I know how many views brings a certain amount of money and so forth. And yes, I know there's also like the streaming.
So when you're listening to this, clearly you see a man who's basically double talking, right? I don't know what else y'all expect from a brother that was at one point in time saying something so profoundly about Kamala Harris and her reputation and history as a prosecutor, DA in California, her targeting black mothers whose children weren't going to school, literally putting black mothers in jail. So much things he was saying that was the truth, and conveniently, all of a sudden, he's her biggest cheerleader, right? Now, Boule DL Hughley shouldn't have you guys surprised, right? The Boulets hasn't been looking good lately. Boule Martin Roland Martin, that is, was just pulled up upon at the DNC. I was loving every second of it. It's like all the Boule members, right? All these fraternity and sorority members are all coming together. And, you guys can't take them serious, man. Funniest thing I've seen. I mean, could you believe that? DL Hughley calling Shannon Sharpe Shay Shay predatory and messy. I mean, you don't have to like Shay Shay's interviews. I don't really watch it personally, just being honest with you, but I'm not a hater. You know, the man's numbers jumped up. I've heard people like to say things like, you know, behind the scene characters are affiliated with Shannon. I don't know what it is, but I got a problem when somebody like a DL Hughley, right, tells Vlad, because Vlad asked him why, basically Vlad essentially asked him, why are you on here and not Shay Shay? And, you know, DL was addressing also generally what everybody had in mind to ask him. For real, like, you calling Shay Shay's, you know, Shannon Sharpe's podcast one thing, but yet you're on Vlad. And DL's answer to that is basically, Vlad, I fuck with you, but I don't fuck with him. Basically, essentially is what he said. And it's like, in my mind, while DL was saying that, all I saw was, I love you, Zaddy. I love you, Mr. White Man. But, you know, it ain't nothing for me to talk down on a brother over here, right? End of the day, Shannon Sharpe has a platform. He's going to invite whoever to speak their minds. And guess what? If you are, right, a host, it would behoove you, right, to not be biased and let the person speak upon what they want to speak upon. That's your job. I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharpe and DL Hughley ain't homeboys. Shannon ain't supposed to be protecting DL Hughley's image. Since DL Hughley wants to present himself as the epitome of moral compass, I want to add on that moral compass to give light to what kind of man this is. This is the same man that admitted with his own mouth that he had a child outside of wedlock, right? And he was so concerned for his marriage that he basically abandoned his outside child, a son that is, by the way, abandoned the son. Wasn't there for that child. That child eventually passed away. And DL, yet again, was another deadbeat father. Deadbeat father, but these are the men that would like y'all to think they are the moral compass of the community. I know Malcolm X said something to this liking, and there was other people that said this before, but you will never see in any other group that the leaders of our community are our entertainers, dancers, artists, etc.
I told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Like, we got to remove whatever, right, depiction that the Steve Harveys of the world, the Ricky Smileys, so many of them, our rap stars, etc., is our leaders. You will never see in any other group that any media correspondent, right, any platform that's there to be informative will chime in with one of our entertainers to speak on problems our community is facing. You will never see that. It's usually the grassroots folks, right? People that are pillars of the community, you know, whether you think so or not, certain figureheads that should be speaking. Instead, it's our entertainers. We have deemed them to be the leaders. So when I watch a DL Hughley, I remember certain things about him that always makes me take a back seat, listen, and then analyze. I don't just go, full head diving into the things he says as now he's this moral compass of the community. The same bootlicker that flip-flops every chance he gets. But speaking of image, if you go on Twitter, DL Hughley's image is definitely taking a hit, not only for this Vlad TV take on Shannon Sharpe, but his all of a sudden love affair with Kamala Harris, knee-deep ideas with the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, and the Democratic National Party. DL Hughley has been a letdown, y'all. If you remember who this man was in the 90s, you'll understand what I'm saying. But not surprised, another Boule fraternity member bootlicking again. What say y'all in the comment section, man? If you're new to my channel, do not forget to tap in, subscribe, help us break this algorithm. We're doing good, y'all. We're doing good. I see y'all rocking with me and I appreciate it. But man, oh man, bootlickers are running amok, guys. We got to do something about it, man. These Boule fraternity members are really controlling the media, man. They're controlling the radio spaces. They're affiliated. So when they were talking about networking, it wasn't for the betterment of the black community. It was for the betterment of their Boule group. And I said that. Mahala at y'all.
You can't get on me. I might jump on the stage with a stick on me.